Yes guys, hope everyone's all good and welcome back to the YouTube channel. So it's been a very long time on the channel since I've done a vlog. I think it's been about 18 months or something like that. Obviously over the last couple of months, me and Lawrence have been doing the podcast, which is going really well, but I also want to have some personal videos on here as well, showing you my journey, etc. So I'm going to start vlogging, hopefully on a weekly basis. Not even hopefully, I am going to do it on a weekly basis. And we're going to start off with a day in the life video because I know people love these videos for some reason, even though my life is very boring day to day. But yeah, I'm going to show you guys how my routine looks currently. I've also just come back from a holiday, so it's a good opportunity to show you guys how to get back into routine, how to recreate that structure, how to get back into training, nutrition, etc. once you are returning from a bit of time off. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and yeah, I'll catch you on the next clip. Come on then.
What? Hi my loves, we're starting Ryan's vlog.
Right, so we are off on our morning walk. What's the time, Libs?
It's 7:45.
7:45, so...
We actually got up a little bit later than we were expecting today.
Yeah.
Because we aimed to get up at 5:30, but we've just got back off the holiday, so getting back into routine's a little bit hard.
I don't know if they can hear you because of my mic.
Oh.
Well, you keep talking anyway.
So we got up at 7 instead, which actually isn't late, but it feels like we've had a lay-in. So he said instead of going to the gym this morning and picking my brother up from the train station, we thought we'd go for a morning walk.
Yeah, as you can see, Libby does waffle a lot. I think we're going to do a podcast tomorrow as well because Lawrence can't make it this week. So you guys are going to enjoy that. But yeah, we're off on our morning walk. Libby, what are the benefits of a morning walk?
I actually get my steps in for the day.
That's
If not,
yeah,
I never
a
get
good
my
one.
steps in. I only do 8,000 steps, but I just find it hard with having a desk job. So a morning walk does help with that. And with nature.
Exactly. Regulating circadian rhythm.
Oh, you know all the scientific things.
Yeah.
I just know
But-
that you just get a pretty morning walk.
Yeah, if you don't go on a morning walk, guys, definitely do a morning walk. It will make you feel better in every aspect.
It really does.
More
It helps
energy.
wake up.
Yeah, more energy. You'll feel happier throughout the day. You can get yourself in a better routine. Also, for online coaches, don't even go on your phone before you do the morning walk. Clear your head first and then go on your phone, get back to WhatsApps. That's what I've started doing and it works really well. So yeah, we'll go on like a 20-minute walk and then I'll start work at 8. Right, so that's the morning walk done and we're now into the first work block of the day. So I always start work at 8 AM and today's a bit of a busier day of coaching. So I think I've got, let me just check quickly, I think it's 9 check-ins today. So what I'll do is do 4 check-ins, then have meal 1 and then do the rest of the check-ins after. And then we're going to train push later on today. So yeah, I won't bore you too much with going through my check-ins. I'll probably throw in a few clips, but nothing too interesting going on there. And actually, while I'm at it, I might show you guys my office because you probably haven't seen this since I moved house. So I'll show you this quickly because this is my prized possession. So basically, this is my new office where I do all my work for coaching. So I'll start at the door. On the right, you've got my floating desk with my monitor and then a few business things up there. And then on the left, you've got my competitors from last year. So you've got Leo winning the British title. You've got the Rise Online Coaching logo. And you've got Harry competing at the WNBF novice show last year. So yeah, a nice environment. You can see it's a bit messy as well, to be fair. I've got all of my new Rise Online Coaching t-shirts to give out there, a few leaflets, etc. But yeah, that is the office. So going to get started with my check-ins now and should be doing them straight all the way through to 10. So 2 hours of check-ins and then we'll have meal 1. Obviously starting off the day with a nice sip of White Monster. You know what I realised when I was in Tunisia? White Monster is significantly better than every other Monster. Like, it's not even close. So they didn't have any White Monster in Tunisia. They had the green apple one, the mango one and the Lewis Hamilton one. And those are 3 pretty good flavours. But compared to the White Monster, a cold White Monster on a hot day in the UK, you can't beat it. So yeah, this should fuel me for my check-ins this morning. Make sure I'm mentally switched on. But yeah, I'll stop waffling and actually get started with my check-ins now.
Evening mate, hope you're all good. Just going to do my weekly check-ins, so I'll start from the top and work my way down.
Morning mate, hope you're all good and thank you for your check-in. So we're into the 22nd week of the dieting phase now. And yeah, it's been another really good week overall, continuing to nail each part of the process. In terms of body weight, we are down to 187.0 on average. We're down another 2.1 pounds from the previous week. So the rate of loss is still in a very good spot, exactly what we're looking for at this point. And we're now nearly approaching 50 pounds down in total, mate. So from week 1, where you were at 232, we're down 45 pounds. So the change that you've made over the last 6 months, mate, has been absolutely insane. And to be honest, mate, you should be very, very proud of that, because it takes a lot of effort and a lot of hard work and also consistency and discipline to lose that amount of weight in 6 months, mate. So yeah, overall, you should be really, really proud of what you've done so far. Right, so that is first 4 check-ins done. I think it's just gone 10, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 10 past 10. So usually it takes me about half an hour for each check-in. Some are longer, some are slightly shorter, but setting myself about half an hour for each one gives me plenty of time to get them all done at the highest quality. So yeah, 10 o'clock, first meal going in now. I've got 250 grams of yogurt, 200 grams of strawberries, and then also 10 grams of whey in the yogurt to flavour it, and then also 25 grams of dark chocolate. So food right now is still pretty low, because what I've done is I was dieting before my holiday. After my holiday, all I'm going to do now is maintain until my next holiday, because if you've seen in the podcast, I have been struggling with a pretty bad leg injury. Not a leg, I don't know what you want to call it. It's a sciatica basically, which is stopping me from doing my leg training to the highest quality basically. So all I want to try and do over the next 8 weeks or so is maintain my weight while bringing back my legs, because my legs have pretty much disintegrated. So the goal now isn't to really push into a surplus. I don't really need to at this point. I can hold at maintenance over the next 8 weeks or so and bring back my legs now that my sciatica is feeling a lot better. So yeah, food is still like, I think it's about 2,500 calories on training days, and that should pretty much have me maintaining while also performing good, feeling good, etc. So yeah, gonna have the first meal now and then kick on with the final 5 check-ins after that before then going to the gym. Right, so that is Monday check-ins done. Took me about 4.5 hours to get 8 check-ins done. So that's pretty common for me. I've actually got 30 minutes spare now because one person forgot to check in. So what I'm going to do is use that time to edit a reel for Instagram and then have my pre-workout meal at 1. Currently having meals at 10 a.m, 1 p.m, 4 p.m, and 7 p.m. So a very structured approach to that, which is working really well. And then we'll train at 2 p.m. for push today. So yeah, gonna get on with the editing and then I'll meet you guys at the pre-workout meal. Pre-workout meal going down, and this might be the most optimal pre-workout meal you can possibly make. So what I've got, it looks a bit like a poke bowl to be fair. It's 100 grams of rice, 200 grams of veg, including beetroot, sweet corn, onions and tomatoes. Then 150 grams of chicken breast, 15 grams of sriracha mayo, and also 30 grams of avocado. So got all your essentials in there, carbs, nitrates from the beetroot. Also got some potassium from the banana, some sodium from the salt. So got everything I need to be fully fueled, fully hydrated, and therefore perform at my best in the session. So yeah, I'll eat this, and then what I'll do is a talking segment going through my plans with regards to training, getting back into routine, etc. after my holiday. So yeah, I'll catch you guys in a bit. So that is the pre-workout meal consumed, and yeah, I'll speak a little bit about what my plans are going forward with how I'm going to get back into routine this week, how I'm going to ease back into training, etc. So in terms of routine, obviously while away in Tunisia, it was very different to what it is usually, and therefore when I get back, the most important thing you can do is sit down and basically plan out your first week back. More than likely, your first week back is going to be extremely busy with work, with getting back into training, with expenditure, nutrition, etc. It's going to be quite a hectic week, and therefore not having a plan sets you up for failure. It's as simple as that. So make sure you sit down and write out your full routine, full plan for the week in week 1. So whether that be on Google Sheets, like I do for my clients or for myself, whether that be on Google Calendar, whether that be in a diary, it doesn't matter. Just make sure that you write it down and hold yourself accountable to what you've written down in terms of when you're going to get each task done. That's the most important thing you can do for your routine. And then once you do that for the first week, your routine will gradually become more and more similar week on week, and therefore there'll be no need to kind of write it down every single week. And then in terms of training, the most important thing you can do here is remember that your body is desensitized to that stimulus of training. I haven't trained now for 8 days, and therefore when I go into the gym today, that stimulus of resistance training is pretty novel to me. I haven't done it for a while. So there's absolutely no need to go balls to the wall, full intensity, full volume, etc. I can go in today and get a really high quality session from doing, firstly, less volume. So I'm going to do 1 less set per exercise compared to my program. And secondly, slightly less intensity as well. There's no need to push every single set to and past failure. I can leave 1 or 2 reps in the tank, just get a feel for the movements again, relearn the movement patterns, etc., and set myself up effectively for a long stint of training going forward. Because realistically, if I trained full pelt this first week back, I'm going to be way too sore to train effectively again later on in the week for the same muscle group basically. But yeah, I'm going to go over and train push at Ultraflex now. And for the session, I won't do too much speaking. I'll keep it more raw because realistically this video would be way too long if I did speak through it. But yeah, I'll catch you at the gym. So that is the session done, guys. A very quick and, to be honest, a little bit boring of a session. It was only 45 minutes. Each exercise, either 1 or 2 sets. So yeah, just getting in there, getting out of there, going a little bit easier this week, so then allow me to full send it next week, which is the most important thing to think about. And yeah, I'm pretty much going to leave the video here because the rest of the day is pretty straightforward. I'm heading to the gym now for PT. Going to have my post-workout meal and meal 4. Then I'll be back home around 9 PM for bed. So yeah, I will leave the video here. If you guys have enjoyed the video, leave it a like, click the subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.